Oh, man, this mower is confusing. It's like a Thanksgiving dinner in mower form. There's like some sweet potato casserole, pecan pie moments that are like amazing. And then there's moments that are like broccoli casserole or drunk uncle moments where you're like, really? I don't know. There's a lot to think about with this mower. It's an enigma to me, honestly, but let's talk about it. What's up guys, my name's Tyler and welcome to another edition of the Lawn Review where we provide clear, concise, and honest product reviews and DIY guides. We ain't bought here, we're gonna tell it like it is. So if you're into that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We give away a free lawn tool every single month to one of our lucky TLR tribesmen or tribeswomen. And make sure you like this video if you like this video. Today we're taking a look at one of the most highly decorated lawn tools in the industry right now, the Greenworks 80-volt electric lawnmower. I'm gonna put this thing through the TLR gauntlet and let you know if it ultimately gets the TLR stamp of approval or denial. I gotta say, I've used this product pretty extensively over the past few weeks and it's not gonna be a walk in the park for old GW. So I don't know where you stand on the whole gas versus electric climate change saga that's going on in the industry right now. And honestly, that's not really what this video is about or my channel is ever going to be about. But I was reading that they said that using a gas-powered leaf blower for an hour was the equivalent of driving 1,100 miles in a car in terms of emissions. And I know that's true because there is not a person on planet Earth that smells worse than I do after using my Stihl backpack leaf blower for like 15 minutes. I mean, I smell horrible. So right off the bat, one of my favorite things about this tool is just that. There are no like crappy gas smells after using this for an hour. So all you've got to deal with is the smell of fresh cut grass and sweat. And I could deal with both those. But before I dive into any other features of this tool, I'm going to do a quick unboxing for you, let you know what to expect when you buy this from one of your big box stores in terms of setup and what comes with it. And then I'm going to dive into some of the key features of this tool and then skip over the ad jargon. So let's get into it. So you got some mower blades, an 80-volt battery, another 80-volt battery, a nice big mulching bag, user manual and clippings deflector, an 80-volt battery charging base, and the big boy itself. The setup of this tool was painfully easy. All you had to do is attach the upper part of the frame onto the lower part and just attach it with a screw. Super easy. So some of those sweet potato pie moments of this mower that make it honestly amazing in some respects are, number one, the brushless motor. Most mowers these days are brushless anyway, but they used to be brushed, which required a brush basically in the internal components of the motor to convert the energy from the battery into the motor itself. They've substituted with that brush with magnets that basically transfer the energy from the battery into the motor itself, and that's going to provide you, less friction. It's having to fight less to turn the internal components of the motor, but also less friction, so less wear and tear on the motor itself, and more battery life for the battery itself too. But man, when you hit that turbo button, it gets up to 3,200 RPMs, which is like a gas mower. I mean, it's really impressive. The overall cut quality is top notch with this tool. And then the overall rugged construction of this tool, it feels really durable. Honestly, it feels like a gas powered mower. It's a 21-inch steel deck, which is pretty rare for an electric mower. Most of them are hard plastic shells, which just feels kind of weird. It's just not like a comfortable transition going from a steel deck mower to a plastic mower. So Greenworks did a really good job here making sure that it felt like a gas mower. It felt like you could trust it. And then that steel deck sits on 10-inch rear tires and 8-inch front tires. So those big jumbo tires really enabled me to handle the bumps and divots in my lawn really effectively and didn't feel like I was being jostled all over the place. And then also the battery life. Because it's a steel deck, I would anticipate the battery life being not great, but I've reviewed like an Ego mower, Ryobi mower, Craftsman mower. This is one of the best runtimes, is you're gonna get 65 minutes of runtime with a 4 amp hour battery and then a 2.5 amp hour battery combined. It's gonna equal 65 minutes of runtime, enough time to cut a 3/4 of an acre lawn, which is no problem for me. I had plenty of time from mowing my front and backyard with enough battery if I wanted to pop it in the blower or the trimmer and just continue on with my job. And on that mower deck too, you have some versatility in terms of the way you cut. Again, you can mulch, which I would recommend 99.99% of the time, or you can bag, or you can side discharge. So you got options there as well. And then on the handle itself too, there's some cool functionality there. There's a battery light indicator just letting you know how much battery life you have left if you need to wrap up your job or if you got plenty of time left to go. I thought that was really cool. And then right below the battery life indicator, there is a speed setting, a cruise control speed setting. You can set it at like a really slow pace, like the turtle pace over on the left, and then you can switch it over to the rabbit pace if you want to move a little bit quicker. I will say that the rabbit pace was really fast. I was having to huff it to keep up with it. So the exact tool that I'm reviewing today can be found at Costco for $629 and has a 4-year limited tool and battery warranty. So truthfully, honestly, on paper, this looks and feels a lot like a gas-powered mower, which I think a lot of people that are worried about making that transition from gas to electric will be comfortable with. But I gotta be honest with you guys, there were some drunk uncle or broccoli casserole moments with this tool. Right off the bat, one of the 2 batteries that they sent me, the 2.5 amp hour battery, just wouldn't take a charge. Luckily, I have a battery for my blower that I was able to substitute, but I would have been kind of SOL if I hadn't had another battery. It just wouldn't take a charge. I don't know what was wrong with it. And then I don't know if there was an issue with like the gearbox or something like that, but it wouldn't roll back 50% of the time. So as I'm pushing forward and need to turn back around to go the other direction on a strip, it just wouldn't roll back. And it was tearing up spots in my yard that was really annoying. And I put a pre-emergent down, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's annoying. And also one of the things that Greenworks touted as a selling point with this tool is the automatic transfer, that like once one battery, the left battery, was depleted, it would automatically switch to the right. Well, that never worked for me. Every single time I had to take the battery out and put it back in, so it was like, you know, no different. And then also just a few times as I was pressing the turbo button and it'd be on for about 5 seconds, it would completely cut off. And I don't know, again, what was going on there. It was really annoying, but now to the nitty gritty. Does this get the TLR stamp of approval? And like I said, this is honestly a really hard decision for me, but I think I'm gonna give this a reluctant yes, just because honestly, there was so much good about this tool in terms of the RPMs and just the overall power of this tool and the battery life that the pros to me outweigh the cons. But there were some things that really Greenworks needs to shore up with this in terms of making this like a 10 out of 10. So I'm gonna give this the TLR stamp of approval, but just buyer beware a little bit with it. And don't expect it to be 100% perfect like a Honda mower or Toro motor. It's got some bugs, but for some reason I feel like it's gotta be like a production lot issue. Guys, it's time for the TLR tip of the week. And for this tip, I've got a head up top. I'm gonna show you a little thing I like to do every single time I mow. Bird's eye view will help you visualize it a little bit more. But it might be like second nature to some of you guys, but to a lot of you, you might not know this, but every single time I mow, so you can see this past time, I tried to mow this way. Well, next time I mow, I'm gonna mow diagonally like that. And the next time I'm gonna mow this direction, and then I'm gonna mow this direction. So what that should do is prevent ruts in my lawn. As you can see right here, I can't do that on this side. And as you can see, there's some spots where you can tell my wheels have gone over again and again and again. And it's created some of those bald spots. So every single time you mow, make sure you change up the direction. Guys, thanks so much for checking out this week's video. Again, I really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've got a new video coming out every single week. Sometimes it's product review guides, sometimes it's DIY guides, and sometimes it's just general lawn update type guides or videos. And make sure you like this video if you liked it. Until next time, keep cutting. Peace.